Well, here we are. We are live again. How is everybody doing out there? It's your old pal, Uncle Bruce, uh, from Switzerland. Is June the 21st, or
We are
20,
live.
2022. Welcome all. We are live from Lugano, Switzerland. Where is that, you ask? Well, that is the southern tip of Switzerland. It's as far south as Switzerland goes. See if I can show you here. I got a little map here. Let me pop this up right. There we go. You see that? Somebody told me it looks like a. See where it says Lugano? Way down there. And then there's that blue thingy. That's actually a lake. One of many lakes here. We're down in Lugano, just a couple of miles from the Italian border. We're surrounded on three sides by Italy. And it's absolutely wonderful down here. The geography and the architecture and the roads, and it's just unbelievable. It is just stunning here. If you look north, all the way up near the top, you'll see Zurich up near the top, and if you look way over to the bottom left, you'll see Geneva, Lake Geneva, and Lausanne, and so on. Some of these names you might know, some you might not. Saint Moritz, Davos, Basel, Bern, Neuchâtel. I don't know. You might know some of these, you might not. Anyway, pretty place. Jen and I have never been to Switzerland before. It's our first time ever here. We arrived from Zurich a couple of days ago, and prior to that, we were in Vienna 3 days prior to that. So we've been in Switzerland now for about 5 days, 4 or 5 days, and Vienna was phenomenal, and Zurich is interesting, and here we are in deep south Switzerland. Really, really nice, and it's quiet. This is not a city jungle. This is a out of town getaway place. A lot of vacationers here who want peace and quiet, and they get it because it is very quiet here. It's quite nice. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm glad to be back on the air. I'm glad to be able to speak to you with a regular voice again. Yay! Still working on it though. It's a long road back. I'm about 90%, 95% better now. Still have the odd sniffle and the odd cough, but all in all, really feeling a lot better. And we're doing just fine. It's nice to be back after the long weekend. We were obviously closed yesterday in the USA, obviously. And so that gave me an extra day to rest, which I took advantage of. The markets are higher this morning in the pre-market. And that shouldn't come as a surprise because, well, hasn't it been a lousy 2 weeks? Yeah, lousy year. But the last 2 weeks were pretty disturbing, and we're oversold all over the place. No question about it. Will this market rally last an hour and give up? I don't think so. I think that the strength all morning in the markets tell me that I think we could go higher yet for a while. We might have an okay week this week. We'll see. In Asia, overnight, the markets were up 1.75% or so across the board. Very good. Europe so far, here in Europe, 0.5 percentage point to 1 percentage point better. There are some pieces of news out here that are concerning market players. The one piece of news that concerns European market pundits is the French parliamentary elections. They had the French presidential elections a few weeks ago. Macron won that, kept Le Pen off, so the country didn't go to the far right. It kind of stayed with Le Pen, or stayed with Macron. But Macron, his party lost seats in the parliament. And that's kind of like the U.S. Congress thing. You got to have the Congress, the presidency, and the Senate to really do things. And Trump couldn't do it. He had the Congress, he had the White House, but he didn't have 60 votes in the Senate. He had 53. So he was stymied from time to time. Biden is stymied in the Senate because he doesn't have 60 votes. He has 50 plus 1. He's got the Congress. Well, Macron is now somewhat stymied in Parliament. And the mood in France is like in America, like in Canada, like in Britain, like everywhere else. There's upset people, there's frustrated people, and finger pointing, and it's your fault, it's your fault. And so there are opposition members that just don't want to do anything Macron wants. Very few middle of the road people going, well, we'll maybe negotiate on this and give a little, get a little, get a little. That does not seem to be the case anywhere in the planet right now. A little, I'll give you something, you give me something, we can work this out, we'll keep going. It's right now my way or the highway, and there's a stalemate everywhere. So that's concerning to France and to Europe, because the French economy is a big part of the European economy. And I think the only way this is going to resolve itself is if corporations begin to do layoffs when they feel that the government that they're represented by is not helping the business cause and is making it more difficult to be in business, then businesses will start pulling out and they will start pulling back. And that is when opposition and government officials go, hey, wait a minute, we got to come up with something here. This is affecting millions of potential voters, and we could both be blamed here. What should we do? Well, we'll see how that works out. It's good to see the Dow up 453 points right now. S&P up 60, the NASDAQ up 184. Oil up $1.88 at the moment at 111.44 in West Texas. And of course, the price of gasoline in the United States right now is just under $5 a gallon. By Labor Day, they're talking $6. Now, other news out of the USA regarding oil, I guess it's the gas tax, the federal gas tax. Now, apparently, for the last now 3 months or longer, there has been meetings, and there have been strategy sessions, and there have been midnight phone calls and clandestine meetings between parties. There has been a lot of work in Washington that you and I never see. We'll never know. Behind the scenes work to try to figure out a way to lessen the impact of gasoline prices on Americans, American business, American people. Unfortunately, you've got two parties. One is in power at the moment. One wants to get him back in power, and they're not going to help each other to help the other one out to make them look good to the voters. That's the old politics game. Everybody knows that in America. This is nothing new. And so the administration is trying to figure out, how can we lower prices of gasoline to Americans to make it easier for them so that we, the administration, won't get blamed for $6 gas. The other party is going, we're not going to help these guys help Americans, because that'll get them votes. We'll make it as difficult as possible, and then they'll not get votes in November. We'll get the votes, and we'll take over the Senate again. We'll take over the House, and then we'll have Biden's son meetings. We'll talk about Biden's son for the next 2 years. We'll have every inquiry under you can imagine about Joe Biden's son, and we'll just stop it all up and gunk it up, and then we'll change the White House, and we'll get our guy back in there, whoever that is, and it'll be great again. In the meantime, Americans pay through the nose for gasoline. Now, the administration tried to do one of these debit card things. They tried to do a debit card idea where every American would get every American with a car would get a debit card and would have some kind of a credit on there for gasoline purchases. And that didn't work because there's not enough chips to even make the cards, let alone another problem. You got to go to the Congress and the Senate to pass anything like that, and that's not going to happen. So the next idea now, or one of the many others, there's a ton of them, but the next one up that seems to have some momentum is the idea of putting a temporary holiday on the federal gas tax in the United States. That's the good news. There's bad news. A lot of bad news. One of the pieces of bad news is that it has to go through the House. Shouldn't be a problem. The Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats will pass that. If it's like a 3-month holiday or a 6-month holiday, or it's a holiday, a gas holiday, as long as oil stays over so much or gas is over so much a gallon, the holiday's in effect. That can be worked out. The problem is it has to go through the Senate, and that's where there's a problem. But the other problem, which no one talks about, is that being from Canada myself and being in Europe right now, Europeans over here and Canadians back in Canada, we look at Americans and go, you spoiled brats. You only have an 18.5 cent a gallon tax on your gas. It doesn't matter if your Congress and your Senate give you a holiday on your gas tax. What's the big whoop? Is it going to go from 6.20 a gallon to 6.02? Whoop-de freaking do. I mean, what difference does that make to anyone? It's 3% less in price because America doesn't tax itself like the rest of the world does. The rest of the world has taxes all over the place, and in some cases, in many cases, has a lot to show for it. Whereas in America, you got taxes, yeah, but you don't have taxes like the rest of the world has taxes. And in the gas department, you don't have taxes. You have a joke in the United States, because the last time the United States government voted an increase in the gas tax, which, by the way, pays for bridges, pothole repairs, and new highways, just to kind of remind you folks out there why you have a gas tax in the first place. The last time the United States government passed a gas tax increase, I think was during the Clinton administration. It could have been the George Bush, the father administration. Certainly wasn't the son. We're talking the 90s, baby. Back in the 90s. We're almost 30 years ago is the last time the United States government increased the gas tax. It's not like it's a percentage. It's not like it's 10% of whatever, or it doesn't go up on a sliding scale. It's so much a gallon. It's a penny. It's 18 pennies a gallon, 18.4 pennies a gallon. That's it. And it's never been adjusted for inflation, and it's never been brought back, because what politician in the United States has the guts or is stupid enough to come to the Congress and to the Senate and the American people and say, hey, America, guess what I think we should do? We haven't had a gas tax increase since 1980, whatever, 1990, whatever. We should raise our gas tax 20 cents a gallon to bring it up to modern day standards to help rebuild our bridges and fix all those potholes. There's no politician with the guts to do that. No politician with the mileage to do it. There's nobody. There is no party, no politician, nobody anywhere. So you got to find other ways to raise money so you can blame it on the other guy when it is raised. And then you fight over the money you get because, now that we've got this money, I want to spend in my district, but I'm not going to help you get the money because that could cost me votes. But I want the money in my district that'll help me get reelected. So you got Democrats and Republicans jumping up and down going, I did a really good thing for you folks. You should elect me again because I got you money for the highways here in our county or in our state or whatever. But it's true. I didn't help you get the money. I didn't create the money. I'm just getting my hand into the pot to get you the money rather than finding a way to raise it. So even if Biden passes a gas tax holiday in the United States of America, it is going to be the biggest laughable joke around the rest of the planet. Everybody around the rest of the world snickers at Americans. I know, because I do. We snicker about you guys all the time because you guys have one of the greatest countries in the world. Your people are phenomenal. American TV and entertainment and food, and it's fabulous. I love it. Unfortunately, America just has a problem investing in itself. And this is the biggest problem America has. It just can't find a way to invest in itself and feel good about it. It can only invest in itself and feel miserable about it, or consider it a socialist thing or a communist thing or a conspiracy thing. There's no way to get Americans to just walk around with their chest out a little bit and go, yeah, you know what? We raised some dough here to build brand new highways, and we got brand new intersections and interchanges in California and Florida and New York and Pennsylvania and Michigan and and our the cost of transportation is under control because trucks can freely travel across this country with all the goods and services that they do. Every store in the United States has everything we need. Every single 7-Eleven in the United States, you can walk in there and you can buy Fisherman's Friends everywhere. You can buy them at any drugstore in the United States, any convenience store in the United States. You can buy this at grocery stores across the country. Why? Because the highways work and the truckers can get from one distribution center to another, and these boxes of Fisherman's Friends can be delivered everywhere. And whenever you need one, whenever you feel like you got a stuffy nose and you feel like you need a Fisherman's Friend, you can find one. And not only that, not only can you find this Fisherman's Friends at your local favorite store, you could probably find 5 different flavors of this stuff. Same with Hall's Mentholyptus. Same with whatever brand you like. You like drinking Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola is available everywhere in the United States of America because the Coca-Cola company makes sure it's available everywhere. But in your favorite grocery store, you don't find just this. Oh no, you find the regular Coke. You find the classic Coke. You find the vanilla Coke. You find the cherry Coke. You find the different bottle sizes, the cans. You find it all because it's America. But the problem is that Coca-Cola's trucks are getting the crap kicked out of them on their suspension systems and in their tires and in their braking systems because the roads that the Coca-Cola trucks have to travel on from all the bottling centers across the United States to all the warehouses in the United States, from all the warehouses in the United States to all the warehouses of all the retailers and all the retailers' warehouses to their actual store. All those roads from federal to state to county to the city, they're all screwed up. And nobody has the money to maintain them and fix them up. And part of that is because of the 18-cent, laughable 18-cent a gallon gas tax that exists in the United States. 18 cents a gallon is all it is. And when gas was $2 a gallon, people are going, this is all right, I guess. It's $2 a gallon. It used to be $1. Well, at least it's $2. Now it's $6. And the United States government is going to help its citizens by reducing the tax on gas. Well, now you Americans out there have got the bitter reality coming right at you now. You can't blame Joe Biden for a $4 a gallon tax on your gas. If you're paying $6.25 at the pump, you're not paying $4 in tax to the government. You're not paying $4 in tax to anybody. You are paying 18 cents in tax to the government. That's it. And that was implemented and has been kept in place through Republican and Democratic administrations for decades. There's the reality. There are other taxes in gasoline. Yes, there are, but they're state taxes. They're not federal. They're state taxes. Now, there might be some city taxes, depending on what town you're talking about. But all in all, the majority of that price you're paying now is just going to your oil and gas companies, those boys and girls who work for those big oil and gas firms. They're benefiting mightily. And that's the way it is. And of course, in the meantime, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, the last year of Obama's presidency, I think it was, the United States signed on to the Paris Accords to say we've got to reduce air pollution. We've got to reduce the amount of carbon we're putting into the air. We've got to help reduce the temperature of the planet Earth because, this is a global problem. This isn't an America problem. It's not Chile's problem. It's not France's problem. This is global because air moves and it doesn't give a dang about borders. Well, guess what governments around the world are trying to do right now? They're trying to cut the cost of fuel to their voters so that people can keep using just as much fuel as they've always used, rather than say, why don't you just use a gallon a week less of fuel? Why don't you just use a little less? Drive a more fuel-efficient car. Don't drive as often. Call up your buddy and say, hey, let's team up together this Saturday with, we'll bring the kids over to your house. We'll dump them off. And then the four of us, the two parents, We'll go and shop together. We'll go to Costco together as a foursome in our pickup truck. Yeah, but there's four of us, and we'll load up the truck for the two houses, and we'll divvy it up, and then we'll call it a day. Because at the end of it, instead of two vehicles going to a Costco, only one went. You only need one parking spot. You only need enough fuel for the one. Yeah, maybe it'll work out. But we don't think that way. We don't talk that way. We don't act that way because we just aren't being told that that might be an idea. There is no leader to tell us that. We're on our own, and we act like it, and we burn the fuel all the time. And of course, when it's 102 out, 105 out, 98 out, hot and humid, guess what we're doing? We're running the air conditioning. Of course we are. We're trying to survive. What we're not thinking about, and we aren't asked to think about, is how many pounds of carbon are going into the air to run our air conditioning system, because it is being powered by electricity that is being powered from whatever kind of plant. Is it a nuclear plant? Is it a hydro? Is it a natural gas plant? Is it an oil burning? Is it a coal burning plant? Here in Europe, something unthinkable is happening. Unthinkable. The German government, the French government, have announced that they are going to fire up coal plants here this fall. There are coal plants everywhere. Many have been idled, but they're going to fire up some coal plants under national emergency legislation to create electricity through the winter because of the Ukraine war that's going on, the war in Ukraine. Natural gas has been cut off from Russia to parts of Europe. And the Russians are sitting back going, don't want to buy our gas? Okay, well, we won't sell to you. The Europeans are going, we don't want to buy gas from these guys. As if we buy gas from the Russians, they have more money to buy more bullets, more missiles, more casualties in Ukraine. We want to starve these guys of money, not give them more money. And so countries in Europe are scrambling for natural gas. Now, I heard today that, I'm not sure if it was France or if it was Denmark or Netherlands, but someone over here signed a contract with an American provider of liquid natural gas. There will be a series of ships crossing Atlantic from America to Europe with liquefied natural gas to pipe connect it right to the pipe at the dock, and the gas will be put into the system, and that will help negate the Russian shortage. Unfortunately, there aren't enough ships available right now for this service to allow Europe to completely get off Russian natural gas needs. And so Europe has to find other ways to create heat. And what Europe is good at, and Europe is frantically working on, is throughout this country, Switzerland and Austria and Germany and Netherlands and so on, they're building wind turbines, and they're building solar farms, solar gathering farms. Houses everywhere around here have solar on their roofs because the sun shines here. It's hot. There are I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of windmills there are in Germany. I can't begin to tell you. It is stunning how many there are. They're constantly generating electricity when it's windy, of course. But they're so efficient, these gigantic windmills, that even a 5-kilometer wind, 3-mile-an-hour wind, can generate electricity. Because these blades can be computer aligned to catch most of the power of the wind. It's incredible technology. And that's the big deal over here. This is a series of national priorities across 23 countries over here. Continental Europe is the size of the United States, continental US, and there are 400 million people here, and they need power, just like Americans need power, Europeans need power. And the number of Teslas on the road here, incredible. How many Teslas there are here? They're everywhere. Not 3 minutes goes by if I'm on just Lugano, which is a resort city here. 3 minutes walking along the sidewalk. Oh, there's a Tesla. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, there goes a Tesla. And they get priority parking downtown on the side of the streets because Lugano provides charging stations in their parking areas. They encourage people to go electric. And of course, the air in downtown Lugano is cleaner because of it. The buses are all electric here as well. It's a whole different world. It's the Western world advanced, and they bought into it. And there's the difference. We at home in Canada and the US, we have not yet bought into it. There's this psychological thing that we have. It's in Canada too. It's in America, where it seems to be unpatriotic if you are not burning gas in a big fat pickup truck. It's like you're not American if you don't have a big fat pickup truck and you're spewing the diesel. Where over here, you're an idiot if you have a truck that burns gas. You are a moron. Everyone looks at you and goes, look at that dope over there. There are very few of them here because they can't afford to be stupid here. That's the thing about Europe. You cannot afford to be dumb environmentally. It will cost you an arm and a leg to be non-efficient. You're bankrupt as a business. As a businessman, you're done for. And in reality, you want to open up a business in Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Netherlands, and your business is not efficiently run, you're not getting a license. There's no way you're going to get. The town isn't going to give you a license. The city, the county, or the state, and the country. There is no way an insurance company in Europe will insure your business if you do not have the most modern fire suppression techniques, the most high, top-rated insulation. You have to have top-notch ventilation. There's no way you can get covered. So you're not in business. You're just not in business. And all of your partners, all of your business associates, they won't do business with you unless you're also licensed and you're also right up there when it comes to the environment, just like they are. You're just not welcome here. And so it's not even there's no debate about it. It's not like we have town halls here where, this is the way I want to do it because it's all about freedom, and this is the way we want to do it. And there's none of that crap. No, that doesn't exist here. It's like we need a new factory to make drywall. Well, we don't want to have an environmental blueprint that's going to create damage. That's not going to be good because that's going to hurt our property values all around us. If we have a factory spewing crap into the air because they have the freedom to do so, everyone around here is going to lose billions of dollars of value on their homes, their businesses, and everything else because no one's going to want to do business here. No one's going to want to have anything to do with us. We are outliers. We are castaways. Just not going to happen. And so you can't even get to the planning stage. You come into City Hall with a plan, and you better have experts presenting it for you to City Hall, showing here is the highly efficient energy system that the company is using for air conditioning or for heating. This is the machinery they're going to install. This is how efficient it is. This is the expected energy use that this company is going to have. And they have solar panels planned on their roof to generate 40% of the energy they need, or 80%, or whatever. In other words, this business that's coming into our community is going to add to the community's efficiency, not take away from it. In other words, this company is going to make our community richer and more valuable than the opposite. And that is the difference here. And the attitude, it's just the mental attitude that's different. It really is something when you've been here a while as a foreigner. We all love spaghetti, we all love pizza, and we all love bacon and eggs, but I got to tell you, the similarities end pretty quickly on a lot of things. And from that basic to how we live our lives and how we function our businesses, it's really amazing. It's really incredible to see it. And when you're watching it as an outsider, You're watching how a downtown area functions, and you realize, oh, this works. Oh, this actually works. Everyone's buying into this high efficiency thing. Um, Businesses have high efficiency doors when you like hotel doors, just hotel doors. You come into a hotel door, they have the spinning thing there, and very little cold air seeps out of the building. It's amazing because of the pressure system. It's just amazing. And you're going, wow, these guys really, they mean it about preserving cool air and preserving electricity. We were at a hotel in Vienna, um, get off the elevator, and we had to walk down a corridor and then around a 90-degree corner and go down the hallway. And the hallway was dark. It was really rather dark. It was like pitch black dark, but it was not lit. Well, as we left the elevator lobby and started walking towards our hallway, the lights came on. Motion sensors in the hallway of a hotel. And I thought, wow, isn't that interesting? I mean, that's just a little thing. I mean, how many of you have motion sensors in your garage and in your front yards? And we all have them. We all know those. These are inside hotels to preserve energy when no one is walking up and down the hallway. Pretty smart. They have cameras everywhere for security, of course, but does a camera need to capture a lit hallway if no one is in it? No. So, if a bad guy comes down a hallway of a hotel to create bad guy things, as soon as they're in the hall, the lights go on. Well, now they're on camera in full light. I mean, you can identify who that is if you want. It is just such, it's such, I don't know how to explain it. It's so normal here to think this way in every little thing, how to cut energy, how to not waste it. How do we not waste it? How do we not waste it? How do we not waste it? And it's like, this is how we breathe. This is just the way we are. Where I come from, I just it never occurred to us to think that way. I mean, yeah, if I'm in a Westin hotel in Dallas, I expect the hallways to be brilliantly lit the whole time, whether anyone's in there or not. That's not how it works here. Light is there when you need it, but when you don't need it, the light goes off or is dimmed dramatically. And it might be every 10th light that stays on. The other 9, they turn on and off with sensors. Only the emergency lights are on for fire escape and all that. Yes, of course. But that's it. Just that's just a little the tiniest little thing. Amazing. Anyway, what can I say? It is what it is. We're 27 minutes away from opening here today, I believe. I want to say thank you all for joining me today in my little rant, the European versus North American rant. I miss In-N-Out burgers, I'll tell you that. I love the food here. It's great, but something to be said about having, your favorites. You kind of miss your favorites from time to time because we haven't been here for just 2 weeks. This is now week 5. We have 4 more to go. And by the time we get home, we'll binge on food we haven't had in a while. And then we'll start missing the European food. So welcome to the normal. It's the way it is. All right, here we are. We're at 137.75 on GameStop today. We're up 261. Volume this morning, 28,000. Now, I mentioned something on the pre-show that I want to mention now to you guys. If you're a Gold Bagel member, of course, you're joining me before I even do this 8:30 rant show. And this morning, on this morning's pre-market trade alert show, I was talking about writing options today and tomorrow for this week and next week in a slightly different way. And I wanted to bring this up to all of you who are here. Now that I've given a few of you a chance to join us, if I haven't put you to sleep, great. Maybe you're awake to hear this. And anyway, I was talking to one of my viewers on the weekend on one of my one-on-ones. And we went over a couple of things about writing options. And I know that in the last 2-3 weeks, a number of you out there have had options have been assigned. Your shares have been assigned. You wrote options on GameStop. They were 100s, 105s, 110s. Stock went to 120, 125, 130, 140, whatever it did, and you couldn't do a rollover, or you didn't do a rollover, or you were going to do one, but it hadn't happened yet, and whatever the excuse. And you opened up your account the next morning, and lo and behold, there's a whole bunch of money in your account, and there's no GameStop stock, and there's no options anymore because you've been bought out. And you got exercised at 100, 105, 110, plus you got to keep your premium, and you've decided, well, I'll just deal with it when I deal with it. If the stock comes back, I might buy it back. I might go into something else, but okay, it happened. It's all good. All right. Well, some of you out there have decided, you know what, if I do get exercised, it's not the end of the world, man. I'm not worrying about it, because the reality is, when I wrote my $110 contract against my stock, it wasn't at 110. The stock was at 102. And I wrote a 110, and I brought in like $10 on it. And so when I got exercised, they took me out at 110. I got to keep the $10 that I got already. That meant I got 120. So I wrote everything when it was 102. I got taken out effectively at 120. I made $18 on that trade, on that situation. Now, what you paid for the stock originally is another matter, nonetheless. So now some of you are wondering, well, I'm thinking of buying back stock on GameStop and writing another contract. Which one should I do? And now that you've been exercised, some of you are sitting there going, I'm not afraid to be exercised. I mean, this stock's still 137.75. It's not 237. It's not 337. It's not 837. It's 137.75. When is this thing going to go to the moon? It's not. It's not happening today. So I'm not afraid of getting exercised, in theory. I could buy it back right now at 137.75, I guess. Once we open, we'll see how the market opens. And I could write a 137.50 contract or a 140 contract for this Friday or for next Friday or the Friday. I can do that. I haven't got a problem with that. And if the stock wants to go to 145 day after tomorrow or by Friday, and I've written a 140 contract, it goes to 145, I'm going to get exercised. Yeah. But I get the 140 plus the premium I get today. That's my money. And that's more than buying the stock at 137.75. I mean, I'm probably getting 150 for this stuff. Some of you are wondering, is that the way you should do this? Should you write calls at the money for this Friday or next Friday? And should you say to the market, okay, look, you give me a big, fat, juicy premium, I'll write you a contract right now, 137.75, right at the money. And I dare you to take me out, because I don't care. If you take it, you give me $8 right now, $7, $6 for Friday, 4 days, because today's Tuesday. You give me $5-6 right now, $7 a contract. I'll let you buy my stock from me right now for 137.50. Go ahead, take it off me, because I'm selling for 143.50. I'll buy them back on Monday, and I'll write then 145. So whatever the market is at, I'm going to keep writing contracts at the money and dare you to take me out, because there will come a time, and it could be tomorrow, that you buy the stock now at 137.50, write a 140 call on it or 137.50 for Friday, and tomorrow the shares are 132.50 for a while. They're trading 132.50. And you're sitting there going, I've written a 137.50 and the stock's at 132.50. The contract is out of the money by $5. I sold it for $6 or $7. I think I can buy it back for $2 or $3, because tomorrow is Wednesday. This contract dies on Friday. It's only got 48 hours to go. So I know, Bruce knows, everyone who's with Bruce knows, Mirko knows, Splair knows, Bama Babe knows, Jennifer knows, Goody, Joe, everybody knows that the contract has 48 hours left to go. It's 5 out of the money. Guess what it's going to trade at? It's not going to trade at $8. It's going to trade at $3. And on Thursday, it's going to trade at like 2.5. And on Friday, it's going to trade at $1.50 if this thing isn't 37.50. And this contract is going to expire. Worthless if I don't do a dang thing about it. And I might just do that. Well, on the other hand, look, I write a 137.50 contract right now, and I get $7.50 for it. And then tomorrow the stock's at 132.50 for an hour or so, and I can buy the call back for $3. I'm going to say thank you for the $4 gain. May I have another, please? You might just do that, wait an hour or two, the stock pops back to 135, write a 135 for Friday and do it again, rinse and repeat. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Here's another idea, however. This stock closed on Friday at 135.14. It's right now 137.75 pre-market, right? We got what, 20 minutes to go? Let's say you don't have any stock. You've just got money because you got exercise last week or the week before. Well, you could open this morning. You could buy the stock at 137.50 or something like that first thing this morning and immediately write a 137.50 call like I just described. Or you could take another attitude, another little twist on this one and say, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get aggressive. I want more money. I want more income in my hand. I want cash in my hand, and I want it now. I'm prepared to offer my stock for 4 days. Today's Tuesday. I'm only offering it till Friday. I'm going to write a 130 contract, a 750 in the money contract. I'm going to write that this morning. And how much will I get for it? Well, you'll get 750 because that's the book value and time. Now, you might get $4 or $5 of additional money handed to you. Time till Friday. So you might be able to sell this thing for $12.50, $13. And why would you do that? Well, the thinking here is this. It's 137.50 or so, 137.75 on the open market. You write a 130, bring in your $13, $12.50, whatever. And the attitude is it's got 4 days, baby. And if the stock on Thursday morning is sitting at 132, just $5 lower, you know it can do that. The contract's only worth $2. It's only got a $2 book value. Right now, it's $7.50. If it's only got a $2 book value, it's only got 2 days left to go. Friday afternoon, this is Thursday morning. What's that contract going to be trading at? $4. Why wouldn't you buy it back? Well, you sold it for 13. You buy it for 4. You keep the 9, right? What do you do now? Well, it's Thursday. You could theoretically write a 130 contract for next Friday, not tomorrow's expiry, because I'm assuming it's Thursday now. Next Friday, I'm going to write a 130 for next Friday. It's $2 in the money plus premium. Give me $8-9 for that contract. And you can have my stock for $130. I'll give it to you. I've already just made $9 on this trade already. That's already here. That's mine. Now I just brought in another, say, $7, $8 for next week, Friday. I now have $17 in cash per share in my hand. And I'm offering my stock for $130 a share till next week, Friday. That's $147 I'm offering my stock for. It's $137 today. Your attitude is, take it from me. I dare you. I triple dare. If it goes down to 128, you're not going to buy it off me for 130. You know, it's going to the contract's going to expire worthless. I'll buy that $7 contract back for $2 again, and I'll write something else. But if the stock stays over 130, sits at 135 next week, you'll be taken out at 130. Guaranteed, you're going to be taken out. But you get to keep the cash. You get to keep all the premium money you brought in. You made 9 profit on the first go around. Now you got 7 on the second go around. You got $16 cash plus the stock. You get $146. Stock's at 135. Guess what you're going to do? Monday, you're going to buy the stock for 135, and you're going to write a 130 contract for next Friday, for that next Friday, and you're taking the $5 book value plus $5 premium, whatever you can get. So if I you get $10, $11 on a contract again, and you're saying to the market, take it from me. Exercise me now. Exercise me tonight. You're going to give me $130. I already got the 10. That means I got 140. I just bought this stuff at 135. I'm happy making $5 in 24 hours. Exercise me every time like that. I defy you to do it because you are selling a contract for a premium price over its book value. That's what you're scoring here. That's what you're trying to score into your pocket. But you're also playing the game of, well, if it backs off a little bit, I'll buy back the call for a quickie. I love this rinse and repeat business. I love doing this. Rob loves doing it. Joe loves doing it. Bama, we all love doing this. So I'll write an in the money call because this stock is up lately. It was 120 something a week and a bit ago. It was 115 a little while before that. So I'm happy to write an in the money call. How much longer will the stock just go up, just go up, just go? It's not forever. Sooner or later, it's going to run out. And why don't I write an in the money call for this Friday or next Friday and dare the stock to stay up here? Take me out, man. I already got my upfront cash in my pocket. I don't have to give this back to anybody if you exercise me. Thank you very much. But you give me an intraday dip or an intra-week dip, I'm there. I'll be there to buy that call back. You bet, and we'll do it again. Anyway, I throw it at you, and this was discussed. I discussed this with a client of mine or a viewer of mine the other day, and it's an aggressive way to take money off the table because for whatever reason, the gamblers, they want to give it to you. I don't know why the stock's 137.75 in the pre-market. I have no idea why it's up here. I don't think it should be here. I think the stock should be 110. It's now 138. I don't know why it's here, but it is. Okay, well, that means the option players are playing 138s when they start the options market. Keep in mind, the quotes you're looking at right now for your options were probably last Friday's closes, the closing quotes on Friday. So wait for the opening of the market, see how the stock wants to settle in, and then play your shot and see what it wants to give you. Okay, anyway, there you go. You can do this on Apple. You can do this on Microsoft. You can do this on HPQ. You can do this on Pfizer, IBM. Pick whatever stock you want to do this option strategy on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be GameStop. I just mentioned GameStop because we know on this channel the volatility of GameStop. We know how it moves a lot. So you might want to play that, but you don't have to, right? Anyway, I mentioned that today. Thank you, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. Nice to have you all here. I've got to get ready for trading here pretty soon. We're about ready to open it up. Thank you all for popping in to see us and visiting with us today. If you're new to this channel, appreciate that you're here with us. Hope you're enjoying the wild and wackiness of this market. We try to do what we can. And if you're a member of this channel, thank you very much for being a member. If you're just a subscriber, I appreciate you being just a subscriber. It's all good. I'm going to shift now the content, the commentary over to members only. Membership does have its privileges. If you become a member of this channel, you can comment over here during trading hours, trading minutes. Here we go, or over there. Yeah. If you see a person's name that's in green and there's an emoji beside it, they're a member. And as a member, you can be a member on a couple of levels. You can just be a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member for $9.99 a month, or you can be one of these top-notch members of this channel, Gold Bagel member, and join me every morning, Monday to Friday, before I go on the air at 8:30 for the pre opening show. We talk about trading strategies and so on. Appreciate all of you coming by no matter what. I appreciate that you're all here. It's going to be interesting to see how this market plays. I note this morning news that did break a little while ago. Kellogg, the old cereal company, is going into 3 different pieces. They're going to carve the company up into 3 different sections, and there are going to be 3 publicly traded companies for Kellogg's. And the question, of course, will be, well, which of the 3 do you really want to be into and why? I can imagine right now, all morning and all day today and all day tomorrow, it'll just go on and on, that every pension fund manager, or let's say pension fund administrators around the world that own Kellogg stock, are going to ask themselves, what should we do? We, the pension fund, do we want to keep one part of this thing or 2 of them, or just offload one part? How are we going to play this? And same with mutual fund companies and some hedge fund operators, because Kellogg is kind of an institutional type stock. I mean, how speculative can Kellogg be, right? But they have decided, the Kellogg Corporation, to split into three pieces. Well, Hewlett-Packard did it. They split into two pieces. IBM split into two pieces. And there are others who've been doing this this past year or two. And it looks like this pattern will continue, certainly here with Kellogg. We'll find out about Kellogg's major competitors to see if any of them want to split off. Because it used to be a few years ago, 5 years, 10 years ago, it was more of a let's consolidate together. Let's take brands and make them under one roof. Because at that time, the thinking was, well, we can cut our costs. And instead of having three listed companies, we'll just have one. Or instead of having two, we'll have one. Or we'll have one company take over this company, and then we'll just, get rid of a bunch of staff that we don't need because we've got doubled up staff now. And we'll make the company a lot leaner and meaner, as a leaner, meaner machine. But now it's the reverse taking place. We'll see how this all plays out. Anyway, it's an interesting little thing. Unique is what I say. All right, welcome all to the show. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're okay. I hope you're all right out there, folks. And let's see what's going on. Anyway, getting ready to open up here in about 9 minutes or so. Fantastic. Looking forward to that. And if you have any questions about the options market or the market itself, let me know. I'll do the best I can to answer whatever's going on out there. Oil up 177 to 111.33. We've got NASDAQ up 178 points, S&P up 56, and the Dow up 400. All three markets about 1.3 to 1.58% higher approximately so far this morning. Mello, good morning, Mello Shark, and thank you for being thumbs up number 124. If you're able to help out this channel by throwing a thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button for us. That would be really cool. It's no charge for any of you to do that. If you're able to hit that thumbs up button for us, help out this channel to get a little more exposure through YouTube analytics. And I appreciate it. I see now 128 have come through, 131. And every thumbs up makes a difference, and I appreciate it very much. 133. If you want to tell me what number you are, even better. But thank you, all of you. Whether you're lurking about and just hitting the thumbs up button in a clandestine kind of way, it's all good with me. Thank you all so very, very much. Appreciate it. All righty, there you go. That's the story where I'm at right now. We're waiting for the markets to kick into gear in about 7 or so minutes, and we'll see just what the hay is happening this week. There's talk about a growing fear of a U.S. recession. I heard something today I haven't heard yet. It's the first time I've heard this talk, but I'm not surprised. I am hearing it. There are some people saying out there it's possible that the American economy might enter a recession. But then they follow up by saying it's likely to be a very light and very short-term recession. And the reason is simple. There just aren't a lot of unemployed people. That's the good news. The United States economy has been held back for 2 years, like everybody else has been held back, that it just wants to get out. I mean, people want to get out and do business and get going again and unleash the fury, as we say. Well, we're not in a cycle here where we've had 10 years of a booming market. We're all tired. We've all made a bunch of money, and now we just want to rest. Or we have corporate America that is bloated everywhere there's possible, overindulgence. Corporate America has a pretty strong balance sheet. Of course, keep in mind that interest rates have really changed since the beginning of this year. I note that there's an article I was reading this morning about interest rates, how they've changed in the U.S. And let me just find this for you. I'm just going to get to my notes. Here we go. The 10-year Treasury at the beginning of this year was only offering 1.63% yield. So if a mutual fund or a pension fund or an insurance company or a bank had a bunch of cash lying around, they just wanted to put it to work for a couple of days, they could buy a 10-year treasury. They would haul in the equivalent of 1.63% a year. So you divide that into 365 chunks, and you get interest. Today, you buy a 10-year treasury now, 5-6 months later, 3.23 is what you get. Now, double. You're getting double the interest pretty well versus what it was beginning of the year. Now, double B corporate bonds. If you were to buy into, if you were to follow a mutual fund or an ETF that's specialized in corporate bond investing, these operators, these managers, with their hundreds of millions, if not tens of billions of dollars under administration, they would have been out shopping to put money to work inside their bond funds. And they were looking at 2.55% interest that they would be able to get from typical corporate debt. Like our friends over at Royal Caribbean and Carnival and Norwegian, just as an example. But the airlines and the hotels and anyone that was borrowing money as a corporation, the average 7-year note that was out there back in January they would have had to have paid 2.55% interest on the money they borrowed. And so you, as a lender buying bonds, or if you bought an ETF that was a bond fund, your fund was getting 2.55% from these bonds average. Right now, 5.2%, 6 months later. So corporate America has to pay a lot more money now to borrow money. And this is going to cause the possible cause of a recession. This is where the analysts are going, gee, yeah, if these borrowing costs keep going up like this, we might have corporate America borrowing less money or holding off borrowing altogether, which could slow the economy down. And that could create a recessionary environment. And so this is what the talk is. But most of corporate America, the big corporations, the really Dow 30, the NASDAQ 100, most of these guys, most of the S&P 500s, they are in such good financial shape. They have had for years, a decade, been borrowing money at between 1% and 3% without any trouble whatsoever. Quick email to a Wall Street brokerage firm. We need $100 million to replace a $50 million note that's coming due next month. We want to borrow $100 million. We're going to roll over the 50 and we're going to add another 50 to our credit line. The broker would come back and say, I can get you $100 million for 1.68% interest. Okay, good. Done deal. 3 days later, the funds are transferred. The old bond is paid out. The new bond is kicked in, and corporate America's just got another 50 million fresh capital. And this is happening hundreds of times a day, a week, a month, and so on and so on for years, decades. So corporate America is flush with cash, cheap cash, and it is being careful with it. And so there's no cash shortage to do business with. It's logistics that are the issue. I think we're about to start trading, and I welcome you to the show today. Let's find out how stocks do today as we fire up the old computers and quote machines. I think we're about to get our buddy, at least I hope so. I hope we see the bells here from Larry Titus shortly. I hope you're around, Larry. Are you around? Sure hope so. We're about a minute away here. We should just about be ready to go. And let's see what the markets do for us. I'm still showing a 400-point gain on the pre-market on the Dow, 56 S&P, 178 on NASDAQ. So it's positive across the board there. We're in the last minute of the pre-market, and I see GameStop looking like 138 or something like that. Let's see what the opening bells give us, and let's see what we got. Woohoo! There's Larry Titus doing what he does best, nailing those bells for us. Thanks, Larry. Appreciate this, buddy. Let's get going. Let's go, says Larry. I agree with that. I couldn't argue that at all. Let's make some Do re mi money today. We've got the Dow right now up 409, 437. Is it starting to fire up here? Let's see what this market gives us. I see GameStop at 137.38, up 224. I got the Matterport up a nickel. Smart Rent up, looks like 60 cents. Looks like Smart Rent's 560, 542, up 60. That's nice. SoFi up 13, 583. Spire up 3 to 147. I see now GameStop now 138.49, up 335. I got AMC up 4 cents. ATIP, it's up a nickel. Rocket Lab is up 18. Sixter is up 13. ME up 16 cents. That's the early indications. Pfizer up 67. HPQ up $1.25. Home Depot up 175 to 272.48. Robinhood up 34 cents, 753. Bannock up 473 to $210. IBM up $1.30. Microsoft up 197. Goldman up $7 to 286.97. Go Goldman, go. Apple up 232 a share. Cisco up 41 cents. Facebook, Meta Platforms up $3 to 166.80. Amazon up 235 to 108.50. Tesla up $29 to 679. Google up $38 to 21.95. Early indications coming through now. We're up 408 on the Dow, and it's a gain so far, as we have figured it would be. S&P up 63. NASDAQ up 194. There you go, everybody. Let's see what this market wants to do. Boy, if I can stay awake here. Oil up 173, 111.29. Not too much happening really there. The recessions in this country have lasted 11.1 months. 08 lasted 2 years. Christina says, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Christina. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Yeah, they can last 3 months, 8 months, 2 years, 5 years. They generally are over fairly quickly because during recessions, governments get into gear. They get it together, and governments start spending money to get the economy going again. They don't like going through election cycles in recessions. Governments don't like that. So governments find ways to enhance economies quickly. But the American economy, Canadian economy, if it's going to go into recession, it's probably rather light because, again, we just don't have a massive unemployment problem. We're not at 7.5%, 9%, 15% unemployment. We're at 3.5%, and I bet you that even that number is skewed. I think anyone that wants a job has a job. I really don't know if there's very many people out there that are desperately trying to find work. There might be the odd geographical located person with an odd issue here and there, but this is not the norm at all. Good morning, Christina from Blair. Blair, Gowdy, I just thought about that this week and trying to find that situation, the best place for switching the broker. What else is going on? We're up 429 on the Dow now. And we're up 13 on Matterport, 425.5. Smart Rent, 558, up 16. SoFi up 16 cents. So Smart Rent must have had just a glitch of a quote there. I'm not sure why it did show 560 for the high. I don't know what's going on with Smart Rent. I thought it was up 60. Now it's showing 16. SoFi up 14 to 584. Spire at 152, up 5. GameStop 138.65, up 351. AMC unchanged. Well, now it's up a penny, 12.54. ATIP up 5 cents to 184. Rocket Lab up 13 to 431. Sixtera up 30 to 1440. ME 17 cents higher. Right now, 268 on ME. We're up 61 on Pfizer, 47.17. HPQ up 99 to 34.54. Home Depot up 146 to 272.19. Microsoft up 438, IBM up 137, Goldman up 640, Apple up 340, Cisco up 52 cents, Amazon up 235, Google up 49.95. We got BlackBerry up 30 cents to 698. We got Bed Bath & Beyond up 30 cents to 698. We got BlackBerry up 15 to 534. Royal Caribbean up a nickel, 37.35. Yikes. Target Corporation up 249. JP Morgan up $3, Costco up 6, Walmart up 75 cents, Nvidia up 8.40, Disney up 33 cents to $94. American Airlines down 9 cents to 12.86. Netflix 177.65, up $2, 177 on Netflix. That was a $700 stock a year ago. Moderna up 3.25 right now. There you have it. So it's an up day to start, and we'll see how the market momentum kind of goes from here. But we're up and running, and there you go. GameStop 138.61. So if you're buying any of the stock today, GameStop, and you want to write a call right away, you might want to write 130s for Friday. You might want to say, look, I'll pay 138.66. I'll buy it, but I'm going to write a 130 call. I want the 860 premium book value, and I want 5 book premium on top of that. Give me $13, and you can have my contract. And let's see if that holds. Time will tell. Anyway, there you go. All righty. Welcome. Sean and Wendy. God is amazing. Good morning, family. Happy Tuesday. Splair, good morning to all that have joined us in the last few minutes. And Splair, I've already made $24 this morning. Life is good, man. I'm drowning in money. This is good stuff. Fabulous. Welcome one, welcome all. AMC down 16 cents. I guess the that movie that came out, we had Jurassic movie came out, 2-3 weeks ago, holding its own. Was it Buzz Lightyear? Was it Lightyear? Buzz Lightyear? It didn't quite do as well as people thought it would do. And so that might be affecting AMC. ATIP is off 1 penny to 183. Rocket Lab is up 9. Six Stairs up 17. ME is up 9. We got GameStop up 212. We got Spire up 3.5. SoFi is up 12 cents to 582. Smart Rent 557 up 15 cents. Matterport up 14 cents to 426. And I see the Dow up 422, holding steadily. Has been all morning. Very steady, very good opening, very solid. Top Gun 2 and Jurassic garbage didn't stop the recession. So shocking. Display. I'm not drowning in it, but for 7 minutes, it's good, baby. That's right, baby. Let's go. Right on, man. There you go, guys. There's the opening salvo here. 136.18 on GameStop, up $1 or so. No news that I'm aware of. I haven't seen anything. We'll see what GameStop wants to do as the day goes by here, and see how strong the market wants to hold this gain. How strongly will it, retain it? Can it add to it? I can see the Dow going higher because it is so dramatically oversold, but it doesn't have to go up 2,000 points in one day. It could go up 1,500, 2,000 points over 2 or 3 weeks. Then again, it might peter out later today, close up 200 on the day, and tomorrow drop 400 more. I don't know. We'll see what the economic numbers are like, and I think we got Powell in front of the Congress, doesn't he? Isn't he in front of the Senate tomorrow and Wednesday? Yuck, right? Watching paint drying with this guy. That might create a bunch of waves of uncertainty or certainty in the market. Coyote, you know what the average American that is struggling to pay bills needs? Dinosaur movie film and NFTs. There you go. Average Americans who can't pay their bills should go to the movie theater and pay $18 to get into a movie, or $12 or whatever it is, $6 for a bag of popcorn, $4 for a soda, $25 each, family of 4, $100, drop $100 to see a movie, and have trouble paying your bills back home. That's not good. But everybody needs money, I mean, the movie theaters need money too. But there are those who can afford to go and those who cannot. And then there are those who can afford to go but refuse to go because the prices are ridiculous. So there is that too. I agree with that. Splair, I'm happy with the Jurassic Park game already. No need for NFTs in Germany so far. Just kidding. I still don't know what to think about NFTs now that they're cheap as Florida. I have no idea what to make of it either. I really don't know. Michael sold some Apple 136s for this Friday at 223 each. Not bad for 3 days. That is, nothing wrong with that. Apple right now is the stock itself is sitting at 135.64. Michael is selling 136 contracts. He's bringing in 223 premium. So if the shares want to stay under 136, he keeps all 223 or a big chunk of it. And with the stock up 470 today, he let the stock open higher. He writes 136s and says, hey, no problem. You want to go up $4? I'll write this contract up here. No problem at all. You go back to 134 tomorrow, a little pullback, not all the way back from where you came from, but just a couple of bucks. This contract is now $2 out of the money with 3 days to go, or 2.5 days to go. Not bad trade, Michael. Something tells me you might make some money on this one. Absolutely. As you've been making them lately. You've done well lately. Swear that market got obliterated. Christina, Bitcoin took a poop this weekend, hit 18,000 for now, and probably you were right. I thought it was it 21,000 this morning on Bitcoin or something? I don't know. Stay away from that crypto stuff, man, I think. We're up, what are we up now on the Dow? 480 is the gain on the Dow now. 78 on the S&P 500. That's up over 2%. NASDAQ up 267, 2.5% gain on NASDAQ. Very good. Dow's up 1.6%. It's lagging the market. All right. Anyone else writing contracts this morning? What kind of premiums are you getting? Are you happy with the kind of premiums you're getting this morning on your calls? Let us know, and we'll compare notes. Absolutely. 136.96 on GameStop, up 180 on the stock. SoFi up a dime at 580. Spire up 3 cents. SmartRent up 21. Matterport up 14. The Dow up 492 and climbing again. We're going higher. We're getting stronger on the markets. Okay. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Down 16 on AMC, down 3 on ATIP. We're up 11 on Rocket Lab. We're up 24 on Cyxtera, and we're up 7 on ME. That is where we're at. Pfizer up $1.10 to 47.63. A very good day today. HPQ up $1.07 to 34.54. That is a bargain down there. So cheap. Home Depot 272.09, up 136. Pretty cheap entry price here for poor man covered calls. Buy HD 240s and start writing on them. Make money, baby. Make money. Vanek Vectors 211. Oh man, buy 180s and write calls on those. IBM 137.04, buy 120s and write calls on those. 110s, write calls on those. Microsoft 253.78, pick off 220, 230 calls. Start writing on them. Goldman 286, buy 250 calls. Right on those. Apple 135.91, pick off 110s, 100s, and right against those. Make some money. If you can bring in 236 on Apple 136s, you can bring in 223 like Michael did, and you can buy a call for like $3,300, and then you can bring in $223 for 3 days on that kind of an investment. That is smart money making, really good money making. Do the annualized math, and that's impressive. Very well done. Cisco 43.70, pick off about $35 calls, write calls on those. Meta Platforms, that's Facebook 162.95. I'd be buying 140s on those and write calls on those. Amazon 105.31. I'd be picking off 80s, 80s comfortably, and you're in the money nicely, and then you can write beautiful, nice short-term calls, good premium calls there. Tesla, a little tricky. It's going to do a 3-for-1 split. So if you do buy 33 shares or 34 shares of Tesla now, you'll have 100 after the split. On the other hand, you could buy maybe $600 calls and write against them at the moment. Soon you'll be writing against $200 calls, 3 of them at a time. So there's that too. Google 22.28. That's a 20-for-1 split coming up. So it's a 110 roughly stock or so. Get yourself 5 shares or 10 or 15 or 20 if you can't. Then 20 to 1 multiplier. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 400. You can start writing options on those. All righty, there you go. There you go. JP Morgan 116. I'd be buying 90s. Target 141.97. I'd be buying 120s on those. Costco 457 is the price of the stock. I'd be buying like 380s. I'd be giving me a little more room than just 40, 50 bucks. Be buying a little further into the money on Costco, but then I'll right away start writing on nice premiums here. Walmart is 119.94. I'd be buying like 100s or 90s or 95s on the Walmarts. NVIDIA 166.65. If you've got the iron stomach for it, you buy up 125 calls. They're about 41 in the money, and start writing on those. You should do rather nicely. Disney, I'd be buying $70 calls and then writing on those against it. Yeah. Netflix, I don't know what to make of it. It's 175. If you bought 140s, I guess you could write against them, but boy, keep an eye on those because that stock is not sure how solid it is at 175. Can it go to 200? Yeah. Could it go to 125? Yeah, that's the problem. More downside than I like there. Moderna 131 right now. I'd be looking to buy 100s, $100 call options, and I'd be writing on those. That's what I'd be doing on Moderna. Anyway, there it is. That's just a recap of some of the faves that I'm watching here. 486 gain on the Dow Jones right now. 74 in S&P. NASDAQ up 247. Okay. There you go. Hector says, Uncle Bruce, I'm in a poor man cover call position. If my short gets exercised, what happens to my long position? Generally, one gets exercised and the other one gets exercised. You have to deliver the stock. So you have to be able to deliver the paper to the end buyer of the contract. So obviously, the good news is if you had, say, I don't know, say you bought Apple, a $100 Apple contract as a long contract, and then you wrote a 130-something Apple contract on the short side, and you got exercised. And let's just assume you did this. You did this. The stock had to go up for you to be exercised, right? It had to go up. So in theory, if the stock went up $5 a share, $8 a share, $10 a share, and you then got exercised on your short call, the good news is that your long call is up $8, $10 a share as well. You're richer over here and you're poorer over here because you sold this call. The likelihood, though, is that you wrote the call when it was out of the money for a premium, and it is now in the money, and you now have to deliver stock. The good news is you can deliver the stock by exercising your long call. Your broker will just work out the mathematics, but each firm is different, and I can't give you an exact specific example because I don't know the rules for every brokerage firm that's out there. But at the end of the day, the person exercising the contract will get stock from your broker. Your broker will want you to deliver stock to cover the short position. You have the stock. You have access to the stock because you bought deep in the money call. That's way more in the money now, even more in the money. And so you can exercise that call to get the stock, to deliver the broker who's already delivered the stock, and you can keep all the money. And there you go. You will win. You will make money on that arrangement, by the way. Whatever you're losing on the short call, you've more than made up on the long call. So you're a winner on this transaction. Split. My mom has 5 Netflix bought at 300 or 400, but she wants to hold for 5-10 more years. Somehow that works only fine with Louis Vuitton and NVIDIA. There you go. Christina, did you get a buy? Did you get a buy? Duncan wants to know. Don't know what that means. Well, right now, I see the Dow ahead right here, 451 points. Matterport up 9.5 cents. SmartRent up 28. SoFi up 14. Spire up 2.5. Gold, GameStop is up 297. AMC down 13. ATIP down 3. Rocket Lab down up 12. Cyxtera up 45 to 14.55. ME up 5.5 cents. I note that Cyxtera's all-time high, 1542. It's now 14.55. We're within $1 of the Cyxtera all-time high again at the moment. Up 120, 130 now. Up 130 on Pfizer, up 104 on HPQ. They're having good days today, too. There you go. There's the story of a lovely lady. Thank you all for being here. Apple and Chevron stocks are leading the way for the Dow today, apparently. They're the leaders, according to breaking headlines coming through. See Apple right now, 135.80, up 424. So it's having an all right day. And you can write 136s, 138s, 140s. You can write 132s, 130s, whatever you like, and see if the market adjusts and you have some trades in your hand. You might have short-term scenario where you write a call, buy it back, write a call, buy it back. You might be doing that all this week on Apple and or Cisco or Microsoft, Amazon, and others. Amazon's 109.69, up 347 today. Very interesting. Very interesting day today. All right. Who is our SPAC leader today? Asks Blair. Which SPAC is the winner so far today? GameStop, I'm showing now 138.80, up 366 at the moment. The high of the day, 138. I think this might be the high of the day. Hang on. 138, 139.70 is the high of the day. 139.36 on GameStop. We're pushing the high of the day right now on the stock. There you go. There you go. Nick, I am here, Bruce, as thumbs up number 179. Welcome, Nick. Splur, I think Matterport, but don't. I haven't checked the others, says Splur. Who's the winner today? I don't think so. I think the winner today looks like we got Matterport up 13. We got SmartRent up 22. SoFi up 16. Spire up 4. We've got Rocket Lab up 14. Cyxtera now up 50 cents. And ME up about a dime. So we got some winners here, definitely. They're all hanging around. They're definitely higher here. We're up 462 on the Dow right now this morning. All right. Thank you, everybody. Oil up 231 at 111.87 in West Texas. There's our latest move right there. Fantastic, everybody. Yes, so if you're doing any writing today, let us know. We'll keep tabs on there with you. I think if you can do some poor man covered calls on some of these stocks, great way to go. Those of you who want to get into writing options here, you've never done it before, not sure how you should do it and all this sort of stuff. One way to think about it is to try it anyway, especially poor man covered call writing. One way to do it is to pick up some of the maybe pick up a call on Pfizer. Pick up a $40 call, in the money call. It'll run you less, should run you less than $1,000, depending how far out you go, and the further out, the better. Or you could look at HPQ calls. You could perhaps buy HPQ, the stock's 34.56, maybe buy $25 or $26 calls, and they'll be, again, about $1,000. So buy a $1,000 call on HPQ and write a call against it for either this Friday or next Friday. Even if you're writing an HPQ 36, $1.50 out of the money, take a look at what it'll cost you to buy the call, what you can get to write the call, figure out what the percentage is on that transaction for you, and annualize it and go, wow, is this worth my time on an annual basis? If I can bring in, I don't know, spend $1,000 and I can bring in $40 in premiums or $30 in premiums, for the next week or 2 weeks. 26 times 30 cents in premiums. That's like $780 a year on a $780 on $1,000 investment. That's 78% a year on my money. Not a bad return. And of course, you can write these every week or two and cash in, take the money, write again, cash in, write again, rinse and repeat again and again. Learn how options depreciate that are out of the money as each day comes in. Obviously, this week being Tuesday today, you're writing contracts that die Friday, 4 days or less. If you're writing for next Friday, you're writing 9 days or less. And so see how that enacts and how that works for you. Might work. On the other hand, you can play Apple. You can buy maybe a 120 Apple call, a 110 Apple call. It'll run you a little more money, but then again, it's more expensive stock. Even if you buy a $100 Apple call, you're looking at a $3,100 to maybe $3,300 buy, under $3,500 if you can get one far enough out. And then right on that, if you can bring in $2 on a $3,500 investment, and that's a 4-day transaction. If you do that every week, that's $800 a month on $3,500. That is substantial money. That's almost a quarter of your money every month. Hello. Yeah, that's very good money. So learn how to do this. Check out my options classes on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, and learn how to write options and how they work. Poor man covered calls. Learn that, how that works, and the kind of returns you can get. They can be substantially good. By the way, the Dow's up 500 right now. We're climbing again. All right. Market's climbing because I don't understand. Last week we got the worst news of the market since 2008. We're oversold. Coyote, we are just way oversold. And a recession is a term that seemed to have scared investors a week or two ago. It doesn't scare them today because the reality is, and the realization among people is, a recession, that's just a slight pullback in the economy. It's not like we're going into a depression where there will be 50 or 30% unemployment and everybody loses their house and that's not coming up. There's none of that. Not with this unemployment rate. No way. Coyote, it's going to get worse. People just want to plug their ears, maybe. But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I can see where we're near the bottom. And then I can definitely see if inflation begins to moderate, just the beginning of a moderating inflation rate, this market will take off. It'll go up 5,000 points. This market is like a slingshot. It's just ready to be let go. And we're on our way, guys. That's why you want to write short-term calls. Now, you can write out of the money calls, in the money call. It's all up to you how aggressive you want to be. Totally up to you. It's all good. All right. Pretend this isn't a looming issue, much like the climate. I hope you're right, says Coyote. Well, we'll find out. 460, no, 500 points. 501 gain on the Dow now, 84 on S&P, 297 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's up 2.75% and climbing. S&P up 2.3, Dow up 1.7. We're definitely climbing here. We're adding to the momentum right here. Matterport up 17.5 cents. Smart Rent up 24 to 566. SoFi up 23 to 592. Spires up 4 cents. GameStop up 781 to 142.95. Writing in the money calls or just barely in the money calls or at the money calls might be the way to go. 142.95 on GameStop. AMC up 29. ATIP up 30. Rocket Lab up 20. Cyxtera up 65 cents now. ME up 8. We're up $1.24 on Pfizer. That is approaching, that's over 2% today. Hewlett Packard 128 higher. Definitely over 3% gain here. Very good. Yeah, it's a good day. Twitter up 85 cents. Home Depot up 138. Robinhood up 68 cents. Vanik up 740 now to 213. IBM up 233. Microsoft up 520 to 252. Goldman up 720. Apple up 468 to 136.24. Cisco up 48 cents. Meta Platforms up 272. Amazon up 377 to 109.99. We're going for 110 on Amazon, Tesla 705 up 54.77. Google up $62. We're having a good day. It's improving. We started well, laid flat, and now we're gaining. We're gaining from here. Okay. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alex, Coyote, correct. Nobus. Meanwhile, the climate issue is screaming in our faces. Yes, it is. Aurora, I just rolled over my 135 GameStop call. It's expiring this Friday to a 150, expiring July 15. Right on. Well done. Coyote, Alex, who even knows anymore? Coyote, everyone is just guessing. Beach Boy, hey, buddy, thank you for this. I wrote 20 GameStop 130s for this Friday for $13.45. Hello. Right on. Right on. You're selling out at 143.45. We're at 142.43. You're daring the market to take you up. I love it. You're daring it. 20 calls at $1,300 a shot. That's almost $27,000 in his account now for 2,000 shares. And he's saying, yeah, I dare you to stay up here. Yeah, you were 120 a share last week. You're at 142.97. Go ahead. I double dare you. I triple dare you. Well, here we are. Thank you, Beach Boy. Thank you, buddy. And let's keep an eye on this. This should be fun. It's always fun. I'm going to write this down here. Beach Boy. He's got 20 calls. GME 130s. 13.45. Money in the house, baby. The money is in the account. I love it. Okay. Well, let's just see how things work out. Right on. The stock backs off to if GameStop is sitting at 135 tomorrow, then his calls are worth $5 book value with 2.5 days of life left in them. That's it. They're going to be trading at $8, so he can take 5.45 off the tip. If the shares are at 138 on Friday morning, the day of exercise, his calls are only worth $8. They'll be trading at $9. He's still winning. He still will make money actually. But if the shares are 134 on Friday morning, the calls are only worth $4, and now he's got himself a $9.40 profit. In theory, because of course there's premium that will shrink away. Nice. If the shares are 129.99 on Friday, these calls are worthless. He might buy him back for $1, half a buck, and keep the rest. Thank you very, very much. Right on. Okay, let's see what's going on. Beach Boy is a whale. There you go. And there's 27 grand sitting in his account right now. He's got 27,000 reasons to do what I'm doing right now. Cross his arms and go ahead. I dare you to keep going. I dare you. Just go ahead, run. Run on me. Go ahead. No big deal. He could, in theory, if the stock goes higher, he could buy these back and write 135s, still in the money if he wants to. But he's got till Friday afternoon to decide what to do. And the money's in his pocket right now. I like this game. Here we go. If I could write that much GameStop, I'd never work a day in my life again. Well, you just work your way up to this level, and away you go. There you go, right there, kids. Okay. Interesting stuff. 142.64 on GameStop, up about $7.50 a share, approximately. The Dow is up 525 right now. Dow's having a good day. And there you have it. There it is. Interesting stuff, boys and girls. Duncan, need some help, Beach Boy. I need some help. There you go. The Dow up 512, S&P up 89, NASDAQ up 328 right here, right now. Okay. That would be something, though, if tomorrow GameStop was sitting at 133 a share for a little while, and Beach Boy's sitting there going, they're worth $3, man. Trading at $4.5, $5. I can buy them back at $5 and score $8.40 a contract in 24 hours. That's 17 G's. That's not bad. It's not a bad overnight, in my opinion. let's see how it goes. We'll be here to watch it. Why not? Right on, man. Right on, indeed. Um, let's see here. He did that. To something. I'm trying to remember what Michael did this morning on those Apple calls. I want to just double check here. Where are we here? Michael. Where's that transaction? Let's see here if I've got him here somewhere. Oh, hang on a second here. There we go. Sold Apple 136s. That's what it was. Took in 223. Okay. And for Friday. Yeah, for Friday. Just like Beach Boy. He's written calls that die this week. I don't know how many he wrote, but he wrote a few. He said, okay, right on. SoFi flirting with $6, says Christina. 593, baby. Let's go. Michael, 136s at 223 each this Friday. Right on, pal. Got it. There we are. So let's see how that works out for all of us here. Let's keep an eye on things. Apple right now is 136.18. They're only 18 cents in the money. Right on. 513 is the gain on the Dow right now. 88 on S&P and 320 on NASDAQ. Right on. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I had written 14 GameStop calls, 24 June for 22 at 152.50 for 399. It's trading? It is trading at 630 to 710. Hold or roll? What do I do? Okay, so June 24. That's this Friday. They die. He wrote the 152.50s, which are 9 out of the money. I'd hold. I just hold here. I wouldn't do anything. Yeah, because they're gonna, between today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, even with the stock at 143, these are gonna die off to zero. So, yeah, I wouldn't flinch, Nick. Here's your position right here, the arms crossed position. That's what I'd be doing. Do you think there's a better opportunity here to open positions on Apple or Microsoft? Thinking of doing one of the two. Well, like I said, I would be getting into Apple because the stock, Apple stock, is near its low of the year. I really like the entry level here, 136. I mean, this morning was 132, 33, 34, whatever. But the low of the 52-week low is 129. So we're $7 from the low of the year. I don't mind being into Apple, long Apple calls, 100s, 110s. I wouldn't have a problem being into 110 Apples. They would be about, 26 plus premium, maybe $3,000 a contract, maybe, if you can get them for that. And get them long enough, and then start writing short-term calls against a $3,000 investment. Yeah, if you have to buy 115s, you buy 115s, and start writing. Absolutely. Puke Burb is here. Well, welcome there, Puke Burb. That's an interesting name for anyone. Chilling with Uncle Bruce member. Thank you so much for joining us, joining the gang here as another member. By all means, if you're coming back, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Love it. Yeah, guys, I would be looking at, buying Apple in the money calls. Look at 100s, 110s, maybe 115s. And then writing short-term covered calls against them. Poor man covered call trading strategies on Apple. Join Rob or join Michael and take advantage of this market. Apple contracts are very liquid. They trade heavily. Spreads are usually very close, especially within, close into to the market range. They trade very well. Puke Burb says, I've been holding leaps as part of a poor man covered call strategy. I'm afraid the price will dip past the spike. Should I trade the calls for shares? What do I do if the long calls go out of the money? The long calls. Well, I would then roll down. I would roll down with your long calls and get, sell the ones you have out of the money and buy them in, get back in the money. I would at least get back into the money so you can keep writing. I would definitely do that. The further in, the better, obviously, but you have to decide, how far and which one and whatever. But trade the calls for shares. No, I wouldn't worry about that. I like I said, I just roll into cheaper priced, lower priced calls. Stay in the money and keep writing. Just keep writing. 143.05 on GameStop is where we're at right now. The high of the day on GameStop is 144.78. So we've come back about $1.73 so far. U.S. existing home sales fall for the fourth consecutive month in May. Higher interest rates are to blame, of course. And then Supreme Court rejects a Bayer's bid to stop Roundup lawsuits. They can't stop the Roundup lawsuits. Supreme Court says, nope, can't do it. See how this goes. Yeah, Puke Burp, check it out. I'd probably be the cheapest way to do it is to likely roll into cheaper priced or cheaper exercise price calls, get in the money and keep writing. Bring in income. That helps pay for the calls you're buying by bringing in income to keep doing what you want to do. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we've got the Dow up 507. We have S&P up 86, and we have NASDAQ up 307 right now. Okay. Matterport is up 15.5 to 427.5. Smart Rent up 14 cents to 556. SoFi up 20 cents to 590. Try to run at 6. Might have another one. Spire at 151 up 4. GameStop up 850, 143.65. We're pushing the high of the day again. Trying to push the high of the day. We got AMC up 19. It's turned around, gone green again. ATIP is up 2.5 cents. Rocket Lab's up 14 cents. 432. Cyxtera is up 63 to 1473. ME up 9.5. Penez to 260.5. Over on Pfizer, 4770 up 117. Home, Hewlett Packard HPQ is up 131 to 3486. Home Depot up 112 to 271. Vanek up 760 to 213. IBM up $2, 137.11. Microsoft up $6. 253.80. Goldman up 670. Apple up 468 to 136.24. Cisco up 44. Meta, which is Facebook, up 166. Amazon up 441. Tesla's up $52 to 702. Google up 70 now, $2,227. Last trade over there. So the Dow now 448 points higher. A little pullback seems to be taking place. Looking for GameStop. Am I correct in assuming it just went to 138? Is that right? Or is my phone wrong? What do you folks see on your devices? I'm showing GameStop right now, 143 on MarketWatch and 138 on my phone. So I'm not sure. One of them's right. One of them's wrong. Who is it? There you go. That's what I'm wondering about. 143.40 on GameStop over here. Oh, my phone now, 143.40. So my phone was wrong. Okay, there you go. GameStop, Michael says, it's 143, Bruce. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Glitches from time to time happen with some of these devices, and so that's what we're dealing with right now. Okay. Thank you all for popping in with us today. Nice to see you here. We're up 529 on the Dow right now. At the moment, that's about the high of the day, kind of around the high of the day today. About 100 and something points better than the opening, give or take. So we're looking at 89-point gain on S&P and a 320-point gain on NASDAQ. All right. There you have it. GameStop 143.51. Apple right now is at 136.50. 136.34 up 477. 136.33 up 477 on Apple right now. All right. Okay, fun times. Let's see if I can make this work over here. I'm going to check something out. There we go. Pop that up there. Let's take a peek at this. Rocket Lab jumps on new rating, but the stock just isn't a buy now, says Barron's. Barron's is commenting on Rocket Lab. It's not giving it the good big green light. It's up 15.5 cents to 433. The shares today did touch 442 the last half hour. 433 up 15 cents on 946,000 on Rocket Lab. Interesting. There you go. I don't see any announcement over here on Rocket Lab. Just checking now over here. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, here we are. So I was just looking up Apple. If you're thinking of trading Apple contracts, poor man covered calls, something like that, if you want to write calls for this Friday that are going to expire, just to give you an idea here, the open interest, in other words, how many contracts exist for Apple contracts for this Friday expiry, the 135s, there are 12,300 of them. So they've got good volume there. The bid ask is like 299 to 305. It's a 6-cent spread. So that's pretty good. The 136s, 3,900 of those exist. 137s, 4,900 exist. 138s, 8,200 exist. The 140s, there's 26,000 of them. So the 140s are 67 to 68 cents, 1 penny spread on, 320 out of the money calls, just to give you an idea how far out of the money, and there's only 1 penny spread. The 130s have 3,100 in existence, and they're 680 to 695. The 136s right now are 238 to 240, 2-cent spread on Apple calls. That's the best part about Apple calls. If you're going to buy a deep in the money call and then write poor man covered calls against it, you're talking about very tight spreads for liquidity in and out. It's a good thing to know. So if you are a momentum trader on Apple, right now you're thinking, I'm going to write a 136 call for this Friday, and the shares drop $1 later today to 135.20. The odds are that the 136s will drop 50, 60 cents. You will have no trouble buying back 50, 60 cents lower a call or 2 calls or 10 calls or whatever you're doing. And so for those of you who are thinking of buying 5 or 10 deep in the money calls on Apple and then writing 5 or 10 short-term Apple calls, and you're looking to do day trading on Apple calls as they depreciate out as each day of the week goes by, this kind of a 2-cent to 5-cent to 6-cent spread is what you're looking for. And here's where it can really work for you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go. Austin. Michael, I've been seeing quite a few YouTube videos pop up on my homepage where they think the GameStop Motherball short squeeze is near. Who knows? But the vids have been interesting. Well, there you go. 130. GameStop right now is 143.64 up 850. The Dow's up 523 right now at the moment. Okay. So GameStop is up 904 now to 144.18. So it's having an okay day. But it's not up 34. It's up $9. This is a typical day for GameStop. But hey, I'm not complaining. Who's complaining? It's up. Write some calls, folks. Take some money off the table from these gamblers there, bidding it up. Matterport is up 18 cents to 430. Smart Rent's up 19 now to 561. We got SoFi up 20 cents to 590. Spire at 153.5 cents, up 6.5. GameStop at 144.21, up 907. AMC up 24 cents to 1276. ATIP up 3.5 cents now, up 3.5 to 187.5. Rocket Lab only up 15.9 cents to 433.9. $4.34 if we want to round it up. 16 cents stronger but it's only 989,000 volume. It's not a big day on Rocket Lab, even though it got written up, got commented on by Barron's. Nothing happening. Cyxtera up 72 to 1482, and ME up 13.5 cents to 264. The Dow up 507 right now. GameStop 144.24, up 9.10 right at the moment. Okay. Cody says these mother of all short squeezes are always near. They're always near. They're never far away. They're always near. 144.09 on GameStop. 144.09, up 895. The Dow up 501 right at the moment. Okay. Thank you all for seeing us today. Hope you're finding info useful today. Option strategies, tons of them. Many ways to play this option market, but you can be aggressive about it and say, hey, this market is under pressure. We're in a bear market. I'm prepared to write aggressively call options for fat premiums. I want cash in my account first. I want a lot of it for my stock. And I'm going to then decide how much to give back. And those of you who are writing in the money calls are daring the market to keep going up in a bear market. And yeah, they do fluctuate, but they can also give it up. So let's see. Let's see. Coyote, none of the GameStop analyzers bought puts on GameStop when it was crashing. None of them called us going back to 120, 110, 190. None of them called us. Let's say there is a positively marked headline from yesterday about GameStop. Michael Austin, yeah, no clue. Splair, GameStop offers fast fiat to Ethereum on ramping to its customers with ramp integration. Don't know what that even means. Gowdy, I'm no GameStop expert, but they have all been centralizing around the theme that 100% of GameStop shares that can be loaned out have been loaned out. And so there's going to be a short squeeze. I just don't think so. I just think that GameStop can turn over and turn over and turn over and just turn over. We're at 144.61 now on GameStop. Apple 136.20 at the moment. That's where we're at, guys. That's it. All righty. Thank you all for being here today and joining us. It's great to have you here. We're at 144.26 on GameStop now, up 9.12. High today, 144.94. It's been the high so far. Bought some Apple shares, says Coyote. AAPL. Michael, I like this entry point for Apple, Coyote. I liked it more last week, though. But yeah, it is down here in the low 130s. This is Bargoon City for Apple. No question about it. It's just about almost the 52-week low. And you all know they are buying. Apple is buying back its own stock. $90 billion worth a year, $7.5 billion a month of stock buybacks every month. That's not quite $2 billion a week is being bought up by the company. They're buying up their own stock. So if it keeps coming down here, Apple keeps buying it up. And why shouldn't they? Why not? 546 gain on the Dow Jones, 144.26 on GameStop now. There you go. Here we are, Coyote. Michael, I can't always nail the bottom, but I'm happy to be in the neighborhood. That's true. You know, when Apple is trading at 156 a share, $20 higher, and you guys are sitting in there with $100 and $110 call options deep in the money, and now they're way in the money. You bought $3,000 contracts, $3,200 contracts that are now worth $5,500 plus $6,000 each. You're going to be smiling because now you can sell those, turn around and buy up 120s, sell your 100s and buy 120s, move $20 closer to the market, and you can get more contracts. You went from maybe 1, 2, or 3 to 4, 5, or 6. Now you're writing 4, 5, or 6 contracts at a time instead of 1, 2, or 3 at a time. That's called leveraging up this trade on poor man covered calls. Austin, I've got some spare change. What is everyone buying? You can't say SoFi, though. I've already got too much. Michael, heck yeah! Just remember, it was at almost 183 for a while. That's right. Those are insane numbers, and that's the thing about Apple. I mean, Apple's buying up its own stock. Why don't you buy the deep in the money calls and write in the meantime? So you're writing calls for this Friday, and you buy them back for a profit. Then you write calls for next Friday. You might be writing 137s, 138s for next Friday. And then the Friday after that, you might be writing 140, 142s. If the stock wants to inch higher, you'll just write higher price short-term calls. But in the meantime, if the stock goes up a couple of bucks, your call deep in the money has gone up a couple of bucks with it, and the leverage is yours. So if you can buy 3 Apple calls at $3,300 a shot, it's 10 grand, and the stock was up $5 in a month, your 3 contracts are $1,500 more valuable, from 10 grand to 11.5. You're still writing short-term calls against now 11.5 of value that you only paid 10 grand for. And another month later, they go up another $5. Now you're up $10 a share on your $30 contract. $33 contracts have gone up 10 in value. They're worth 43 each now. You got 13 grand sitting there from 10. You're up $3,000 on your long position, plus you're making money on your short-term calls. Think of that leverage coming your way. Anyway, there it is. That's how you can leverage up profits. 536 is the gain on the Dow Jones right now. 91 on S&P, 330 on NASDAQ. That's what we're up right at the moment. GameStop 143.55, up 841. The high of the day was 144.94. We're 143.55 right now on GameStop. We seem to be off just a titch from the high of the day. Not surprising, not unusual. 143.49 right now. 533 gain on the Dow. We're kind of hanging around here, this 520, 550 level. We seem to be just kind of drifting along. We'll see if there's any pullback as the day goes on. Might be, there might not be. We'll find out. 586 on SoFi. We're 14 cents away from 6. And not much else happening there. Rocket Lab now is up 18 cents to 436. Not a lot going on. Over on Apple, we're looking at 136.34, up 478. It's kind of like the Dow topped out at the moment here and kind of hanging around. There's not a lot going on. All right, there it is, kids. Thank you all for joining me today, and thank you for the donation there, Beach Boy. Thank you for that. Of course, always appreciate that. And thank you to our new Puke guy. Who's this again? Puke Burb. Puke Burb, thanks for joining us. We love new members. I love it when we get new members. Thank you guys for becoming members of this channel. You guys are awesome. Austin. Garrity, my wife has new names, many new names for me right now, and Broken Record seems to be one of them. I need new ideas. I think the next red day on Apple, I'm going to look to start a poor man covered call contract here. I like that idea. There you go. There you go. And Olivia, thanks to our new Puke guy. That's right, Olivia. Austin Gaudy says, hit her with the honey. Let me tell you about a little company I just found called ATIP. Ah, yes, another news story. Good luck with that. I hope that goes well. I'm sure she hasn't heard a thing about ATIP. She knows nothing about it. You'll be fine. Cheers, everybody. Oh, my. We'll see how things kind of work out. We're up 524 on the Dow now. 536 as we jump back and forth and up and down and all over the place. 143.06 on GameStop or so, roughly. Austin Coyote, she's actually aware of ATIP. Unfortunately, she knows ATIP when it was at 10. Duncan, thumbs, guys. Coyote, new Puke guy. Haha. Coyote, oh, well, you know. Thank you all for being here. We have thumbs ups today. 198 have come in so far today. Thank you, everybody, for coming through for thumbs ups for me. If a couple of you out there are able to hit that thumbs up button, we'll break the 200 barrier here, which would be great. Keep that coming for it. I do appreciate it. We'll take all the thumbs ups we can get. There we are, 200 right there. Boom, just like that. Bam. 201. Thank you, everybody. 201 thumbs ups. Love it. I love it. Mallow Shark. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I have written a GameStop 145 expiry for this Friday. It was way out of the money when I wrote it. Should I buy it back and rewrite or stand by for now? Mallow, you've got a couple of ways to play this. You could, in theory, write another call where you buy this one back if you want, and then write a call for maybe 150, 155 if you can, but for out if you want to go out. Or you could write 145 good for 2 more weeks out and just take the bigger premium. You could probably do that. But you can also wait between now and Friday to do it. So you don't need to move this second on anything. But yeah, the stock still has to work to mess with you. Did you already mention HPQ today? Yes, we've been talking about it. Michael, it's still out of the money, Mellow. I'd wait. There you go. Nick, Uncle Bruce, what is your opinion on U.S. Steel X? I shorted it last week. My average on the short is 1994. Well, it is sitting at 2023 with a 500-point gain on the Dow. This thing's up 35 cents. That is way underperforming, isn't it? So any kind of a pullback today, any kind of like a, get into the 300 range, 250-point gain range today, this will back off probably 75 cents a buck right away, and you're already in the chips. So I don't fear this stock going away on you, really. I don't really fear it. It's just a question of, can the Dow hold the entire gain all day today, as it has more or less so far. That is asking a lot from the Dow. So, a 50 to 75 cent pullback on steel wouldn't surprise me. Intraday pullback, won't guarantee it, but that's all you need to score a little money on it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned on it. Of course, you're long. You can always write a $21 call on it for this Friday and take in premium, or a 20 and take in premium. And if it then backs off, you buy the call back. And, mind you, you're short, right? I'm sorry. You're not long. Sorry, I'm thinking the wrong direction. But nonetheless, you're short at 919.94. You're not in any danger, in my opinion. I don't think so. Just a question of, does the stock want to give up some ground a little bit here? It's up 560. It could give up 200 points in the next 2 hours on just a bit of a pullback. Intraday adjustment, bringing steel down to 1950, 1940. You'll scoop them back right again, short again a little later on another uptick. Up to you. You watch that closely. I know you do. Okay, 571 on the Dow, 88 on the S&P, 341 on NASDAQ. That's where we are right now. Thank you, everybody. The thumbs up now. 213. Look at that. 213 thumbs ups. Guys are writing options here today. And folks are waiting on the sidelines to pounce, and they will buy them back for less. Between now and Friday, they will pounce, and they are going to make money this week. I'm pretty sure about it. Welcome one, welcome all to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. And let's see what's going on. 588 on SoFi. Can it get to $6 today? Come on, SoFi. That'd be nice. 142.93 now on GameStop. 142.93-ish. 143.20, up $8. High today, 144.94 on GameStop today. That was about 35 minutes or so ago, roughly. We'll watch for that, see how it all plays out. Okay, kids, there you go. Yeah, every 10-cent drop, Bruce, I make $2,200. Nice. Well, the Dow is now 539. U.S. Steel 2024. So you need 30 cents to break even, and from there, profits. And they go down faster than they go up. You know it. I know it. And it could easily happen that we see a bit of a pullback. We did see this U.S. steel at 2074 this morning for the high. Now it's 2025. The low's 2003. It can break through 20 today. No problem. All right. Well, we'll watch that, of course. I know you will. Right on, buddy. Love it. I love it. 1994 average on the short. Right on. 30 cents out. 516 is the gain on the Dow. And GameStop 143.20, 143.39 is the range at the moment. Apple has been holding more or less its gain all day. It's up 482 to 136.50. It's up 494 to 136.50 right now. This is just below the high of the day, 136.80, 30 cents away from the high of the day for Apple. And it's got an okay day going, but it could have a bit of profit taking today. That can certainly come through here. Apple's had a nice little pop here. But we'll see. 533 is the gain on the Dow now. And GameStop 143.13. A tad lower. All right, there you go. All righty, folks, I'm going to sign off for a little bit now. Jen and I are going to plot our afternoon strategy. It is now 4:36 here in Switzerland, where we are. We have to plot our supper idea and execute on that. And then I'll be back on the air right here with you at 9 o'clock my time, which is 3 o'clock Eastern time today. Join me at 3 o'clock Eastern for the final hour of trading as we will watch these trades. 142.94 now on GameStop. We just broke through 143. We'll watch these markets and see what's going on here. 527 is the gain on the Dow. We might give up a little ground here on a little profiting. We'll see. It's got a good day going. We'll see if it holds it. Thank you, everybody, for being here so far today and keeping us posted on how you're doing. We'll check with you this afternoon for the final hour and see if you score some day trades or just what the market wants to hand us can be done. Again, welcome new members. Thank you, Beach Boy, for your donation. Making money, Beach Boy. I want you to make tons of money today. This would be great. And great. Have a lucky day, everybody. Good day. Take care, simpletons from Duncan. Good afternoon, all from LL. Thank you all for joining me for a couple hours. I'll see you at 3 Eastern. We'll close it up together, and let's see what happens. Okay. Sea of yellow bagels. Laughing out loud. There you go. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.